The next component of the Capstone project is to take a look at some of the security settings in Windows 7. We want to make sure our computers are secure, and Windows 7 comes with several different things we can do to keep things safe and secure. So we're going to open the Action Center within the Control Panel. If we click Start, Control Panel should be right here. Remember, if you don't see any of the things that I'm clicking on, you can always search for them here as well, and they'll pop right up in the menu. I'm going to go into Control Panel, and I'm going to go into System and Security because I'm looking for the Action Center. And Action Center is listed right up here on top. Now, on my computer, you can see that I don't have any antivirus software, and I don't have my Windows Update running. This Action Center kind of gives me a heads up on anything that might be recommended to do that maybe I'm not quite doing. So I'm going to capture this message with the snipping tool. So that I can remember that this is what was going on with my computer. And I'm going to save that snipping tool message to my Windows 7 training folder, which is on my desktop. I'll go the long way here into the Windows 7 training folder, and I'm going to name that one EXP Win01 CPT Action, last name, first name. The next thing we're going to take a look at, we can close the snipping tool, we're going to take a look at the Windows Defender program. Now, Windows Defender is an antivirus program, but it's not meant to replace a full antivirus package. It's kind of like WordPad for antivirus. It's a smaller version of antivirus that can't necessarily protect against everything, but it does a decent job protecting against some things. So we're going to type Windows Defender in the search box so that we can find it quicker. And we're going to open that program. My status is that I haven't yet run Windows Defender, but it is scheduled to run daily at 2 a.m. You can also check your anti-spyware definitions, and this tells you how recently your computer has updated Windows Defender. This should be within about a day or two. If your computer says something that's much older, you're going to want to take a look at that and make sure that you can get those updates. We're going to capture this also with the snipping tool, and I'm going to use the search to find the snipping tool this time. I'm going to capture my Windows Defender status, and I'll save this one as well. Same location. Now I'm going to check to see if the computer I'm using is scheduled to automatically update. Automatic updates are very important in Windows because different bugs and security threats are found all the time, and usually you're going to get a lot of Windows updates on the second Tuesday of every month. That's when Microsoft pushes out most of those updates. So we're going to take a look at that. That also lives in the Action Center. I closed my Action Center, so I'm going to go back and open it again. This time I'm just going to search for it. And I can see that Windows Update is not scheduled. What are the current settings of my Windows Update? I can check those right here, and I haven't yet chosen. But now I'm going to choose to install updates automatically. Hopefully your computer is already configured to do this. So I'm going to take a look at Windows Update now, and I want to check those settings. I want to see which updates are ready for me to install, and I'm going to check my settings to see how frequently my computer is going to check for updates and when it's going to choose to install those. So if I click Change Settings, I can see that I'm going to install updates automatically every day at 3 a.m. It's going to give me recommended updates, and it's going to allow any user to install those updates. So I'm going to grab this with the snipping tool as well. And then I'm going to save that one in my Windows 7 training folder. Now we have quite a collection of screenshots here, and this is going to be able to demonstrate that you were able to find all these things, and you can kind of review this for your own use too, just to see exactly when your computer installs updates and how up to date your Windows Defender is. Now the next piece that we're going to take a look at, I'm going to close my snipping tool, is we want to take a look at our firewall settings. Now, firewall is a security piece, so we're going to do a search for our firewall. Now you might see several different options here. If you are running a third-party program like Norton, there's several other really good ones as well. You may see other options in this list, but we're just going to take a look at the Windows firewall. There's advanced settings for the Windows firewall. We're going to just worry about the basics here for today. Now my Windows firewall is keeping my computer protected. We see the green shield with the check mark, and that shows that the status is good for that. I'm protecting both when I'm at home at work, and I'm protecting myself slightly differently if I'm on a public network. This is handy if you're working at home and maybe you want to share some files with your family and friends. But if you go to a public network like a Starbucks or something, you don't necessarily want your computer open to be sharing. So there's actually two different firewall profiles allowing your computer to act differently, whether you're at home or work on something more safe or if you're on a public network. So I'm going to capture this as well with the snipping tool to show that my settings are protecting my computer. And I'll save that into my Windows 7 training folder, and I can close out all of my windows now.